Hi, we're your hosts. I'm Jeff.
I'm Kate. Welcome to Classic Car TV.
And we found a really neat car. This is a 1929 Ford, or what used to be. And the owner here, Mike, has done a bunch of neat stuff with it. Tell us a little bit about the car and what led you to do this.
Well, I built it for the race on the Salt Flats out about 80 miles from here, and it's just a stock Model A engine. It's a wing tank from an airplane. I bought it at a surplus store. I cut it all up in pieces and put it back together, and this is what it turned out to be.
So what was your inspiration to do this?
Well, I've always wanted to race out the Salt Flats, and I just one day decided last January that I was going to do it.
Time to go ahead and fulfill your dream. So you ran it out last year, right?
I did. I ran it out there last year. Unofficially, we did 67 miles an hour. I was hoping to do over 100, but this year I've done some modifications to it, and I know that I'll do over 100.
Going to do 100 miles an hour in a 1929 Ford?
Yeah, it's got mechanical brakes. They call them 30-mile-an-hour brakes, so I got to have a long ways to stop.
There you go. Well, very good. Well, best of luck to you. I hope you hit 100 miles an hour this year.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for talking to us.
Well, thank you for interviewing me. We'll see you.
Here with Hot Rod Alley and her really neat roadster for the Salt Flats. Tell me a little bit about the car and why you got started in this.
It's been my dad's dream forever, and he wanted to try his hand at a race car. So last year he decided he was going to build a race car and take it out to the Bonneville Salt Flats. So they were getting it ready, and I was watching my brother race, and it kind of hit me. It was like, I want to do that.
So did he race on the flats as well?
My brother did, and so
a little bit of brother-sister competitive event there.
So in August, I went out to watch my brother race, and then I thought, it just sounded, I don't know, something bit me, I guess. So I just told my dad, maybe you want to try that.
Okay, so tell me about the car. What did it start off as, and what's the motor in here? I haven't seen this before.
It was actually a motorcycle engine, a Hayabusa. So they used the motorcycle engine and converted it, got it into the car.
And so it's a turbo? A turbo Hayabusa?
The turbo. It started out just normal, just the motorcycle engine itself. And then that was the first record that we got.
And how fast did you go?
The old record, at least if I remember right, was around 106. And it was standing for about 10 to 11 years. And in August, my brother broke that. It was around 122. And then in September, mine was close to 125.
All right, and that was with the old engine?
Without the turbo. And so then in September, we went out with the turbo and actually blew a piston.
Okay.
So that kind of did its thing a little bit in September. So we fixed it, came back in October, set to break the turbo record, if I remember right, it's in the lower 130s. And before we blew a piston, we were going probably 166.
Wow.
So we know we'll get it. But October, when we went back out there, we got rained out.
Oh, man.
So we're just waiting till August, and we're going to take this back out.
So when you go back in August, how long do they run on the salt?
It's about a week.
So it's a pretty small time window if you have a problem.
And if you have a problem, most of the time you're out.
Okay.
And that's kind of that's the risk.
We'll see. Well, good luck. Best of luck to you. We'll look for you out there. Thanks. Bye-bye. We found a really nice DeLorean here. The owner is Jared. Tell us a little bit about the car and why you ended up buying a DeLorean.
Well, as you know, the DeLorean is the only stainless steel, I should say mass-produced stainless steel car made in Northern Ireland from 1981 to 83. This particular example is VIN 2087, so there were approximately 9,000 made.
Oh, wow.
So this is kind of an earlier model there. Has some unique features such as the gas flap hood and the grooves in the hood in the front.
So when did they change those?
It was either in late 81 or early 82. I believe it was in late 81.
Okay.
As you know, it's a rear engine car with a PRV V6.
Yeah, that was a 2.7 liters?
2.8 liter.
2.8, okay.
And very common in quite a few Volvos. Kind of underpowered at the time, but didn't necessarily sell well because it was competing in the same price bracket as like a Porsche or Corvette.
Okay.
And of course, it came out in the recession of the 80s, so
which didn't help any at all.
Didn't help at all.
Yeah, so how long have you owned this car?
I've owned it for only about a year and a half.
And what led you to buy a DeLorean? Were you looking for it specifically?
No, not. Well, yeah, actually, I was. I was shopping around for quite a while, and this one popped up online in Mississippi, and saved up our money, luckily, and we were able to purchase this one and drive it home, and arrived without any problems.
Very good. And does everything still work on the car?
Everything does work. I've had to do very little maintenance to the car. A few of the hydraulics, of course, now that it's 31 years old. Some of the clutch master, brake master, some of the old seals are breaking, but other than that, it's a very solid car.
So have you gotten in touch with other DeLorean owners? Are you involved with the club at all?
Yeah, there's an online club that's very well maintained and participated in by a lot of owners. And not so much here in Utah. There's a few DeLorean owners around. I've only met one myself. But yes, there's a very big community that supports these cars.
Very good. Now, are you planning on modifying the car at all, or are you going to leave it completely stock?
I'm going to leave it completely stock. DeLorean Motor Company, as you know, went bankrupt in '82, but they made enough parts to make hundreds more, but they never finished them.
Okay.
So there's a company that bought all that inventory, so you can buy parts for this readily from Houston from DeLorean Motor Company in Houston.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate your telling us about the car.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, Greg, we were walking around and saw your Bricklin. It's a 75, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the car. How long have you had it, and what have you done to it?
I've had it since 2005. I've basically done very little, a little bit of cosmetics. It's an unrestored car.
Oh, really?
It's got not quite 6,200 miles on it.
6,200 miles?
Yes.
Wow, and this is the original color?
Yes, it's original finish.
Wow. Now, were you looking for a Bricklin when you found this, or did you just fall in love with it once you saw it?
Well, I saw them when I was 13 years old.
Okay.
And I came across an ad and saw that they weren't as expensive as I thought they would be, and decided I'd look around and actually found this in Tooele.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, so basically a local car.
Yes.
Has it been local its whole life?
Pretty much. It started up in Preston, Idaho, went through Logan,
okay,
and then came down to Sunset, then to Tooele.
And so how many owners total?
5.
4 or 5, yep. And when these cars, when they came out, they were special for a lot of reasons, but isn't the body plastic or fiberglass,
yes,
or what is
plastic.
it?
It's literally plastic backed up by fiberglass.
And then it's a Ford drivetrain. It's a 351?
351 Windsor.
It's a Windsor. It's 2-barrel or 4-barrel?
2-barrel.
And then do you have an automatic in it, or is it a stick?
They were all automatics.
They're all automatics.
1975.
Very neat. Now, how much have you had to do to maintain it? I mean,
I had to put carpet in it. The doors were originally hydraulic, and now they've been converted to air. I put on the tires and wheels because I wasn't brave enough to drive on 40-year-old tires.
I understand. Very good.
Outside of that, other than cleaning it up and just keeping it in decent shape, changing the oil on it, I really haven't done that much.
Wow. And does everything still work?
For the most part.
For the most part?
The clock and the radio don't work, and the air conditioning's a little weak.
Yep. But very, very cool. Now, do you drive it to the events, or do you trailer it?
Yes, I drive it to all cars.
No kidding. Very good. How many miles were on it when you got it?
3,600.
Wow. And you only had it how many years?
7.
Wow. So whoever had it first didn't drive it very much.
Well, the original owner got it, put 3,500 miles on it. The doors quit working. It got parked, and that was it.
Wow. Do you have trouble getting parts for these cars, or is it out there?
Mechanically, as long as you know the crossover, you can pretty much get the parts at any O'Reilly or AutoZone.
Really?
As far as the body panels, there is a guy back east that's popping body panels for it. Interior parts, though, are pretty much non-existent.
Wow. Very neat. Well, that is a really neat car. It's gorgeous, as it should be for 6,200 miles.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Okay. Well, Lori, I've been walking past your car here for the whole day. We finally got a chance to meet you. Tell us about your Ford.
Well, it's got a completely metal body. There's no glass involved.
So it's an original 1929.
Original 1929
pickup. Okay.
Model A pickup. It's got a 64 Corvette engine in it.
So it's got a Corvette motor.
64 Corvette engine, 64 Corvette rear end suspension.
Okay.
It's a sweet little car. We picked up at an auction about 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It was part of Gary Showalter's collection that he piggybacked onto an auction that we went to 3 years ago. It's an excellent little car.
It's a really, really well done example wonderful. Now, what got you into hot rodding? Why did you look for, or did you just stumble into it and fall in love with it?
I have always been into hot rods.
Okay.
My father has been into hot rods. He's still a very active collector. He's got several show cars. I'm originally from Davison, Michigan, which is just outside of Flint, Michigan. So big car country. All my friends were into cars. I mean, I grew up working on cars, and so I've always been a car nut. So to say.
That's neat. What's it like being a woman in a largely guy hobby? I mean,
it's really interesting. I mean,
are they accepting
you? Well, they are, to a point. I obviously can't do all the mechanical work, but I can keep it clean. I can, do what I need to do. But no, I think it's well received because a lot of women, especially this car, a lot of women like this car. They think it's really cute. They love the color, and they kind of, they can relate to me.
That's
so
neat.
Yeah.
But do you drive it? Do you spend time?
I do. I love to drive it. It's actually a nice driving car. So yeah, I take it out when I can. And
Very good.
It's a good time.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching tonight's episode.
Join us next week for another great show with Classic Car TV.